Welcome to Natural Powers. My name is Adrian, and today we're discussing the human microbiome. This is one of my absolute favorite topics. I find it absolutely fascinating. Did you know that you are actually made up of more bacterial cells than human cells? So, this is a huge part of our health. And these are all the things that problems with your microbiome could affect. If you don't have a flourishing bacterial flora going on in your gut, these are some of the things that it could be affecting. Or even if you're using some products or foods or chemicals or pharmaceuticals that can kill off your gut bacteria, it could cause problems in any of these areas on your screen. So we are going to cover all of these things that you see now: how your gut talks to your brain, how your gut supports your immune system, what your digestive system is responsible for, what it likes and does not like, how it allows anything you eat can get into your bloodstream, because your gut bacteria are responsible for absorption, means they're taking the nutrients from your food to the places it needs to go, and so on. We're going to talk about the actual bacteria and how to protect your own flora. So, the gut-brain axis, it just means that your gut and your brain can talk to each other. There may even be a bacterial flora for your brain. So, this consists of bidirectional communication, meaning they're having a conversation through your nervous system, linking your emotional and cognitive centers of the brain with stuff like peripheral intestinal functions. This bidirectional communication network includes the entire central nervous system, both the brain and spinal cord, the autonomic nervous system, and the enteric nervous system, and the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. And I don't know what that is. But we can get into some of these specifics in other videos. So the best way I heard this explained, because I just said a lot of big words, the gut-brain axis. Your brain talks to your gut bacteria so that you may have make up an image of how you are doing as a physical human body. So things like if you're getting in contact with something that can kill off some gut bacteria or has killed off some gut bacteria, it can cause stuff like a panic attack. I know that when I eat foods with antibiotics in them, I will have a panic attack the next day. And I'm going to link a video below by Gulia Enders, her TED Talk about gut bacteria. She painted a beautiful picture about how this worked that helped me realize that is what was going on and why I was having those reactions. So next we're going to talk about your immune system, and I can't believe that we don't know more about this. Did you know that 70% of your immune system is the bacteria living in your gut? That's amazing. So good bacteria will fight with other pathogens and try to crowd them out by using all the resources. They also produce various antimicrobial substances. That's super cool. Nature did everything right. Like, everything is set up to work. They also control the development of immune cells. So they're making stuff that we need. In an optimal environment, your gut bacteria can keep out toxins, break down foods. They're in charge of absorbing and producing nutrients, which is what we're about to expand on. And they can also fight or feed inflammation. So you have good bacteria and bad bacteria, and they will both talk to your brain through that gut-brain axis and request more of the same. Almost kind of like, it sounds kind of like it could be where junk food turns into an addiction. That's what it kind of sounds like. So they're in charge of breaking down your food, and absorbing and producing nutrients is one of the most important. People get deficiencies from killing off their microbiome regardless of what they're eating. It's not that they're not eating the nutrients that they need, it's that they don't have the gut bacteria to take the nutrients where they need them. So a lot of things like deficiencies can actually be caused by gut bacteria and not so much what you are eating. Now let's jump into your digestive system. So this is where your immune system is. And we said that these bacteria also produce stuff for you like serotonin and dopamine. Very important things are created by your gut bacteria and your digestive system. So unhealthy foods such as cholesterols and oils can actually leave your intestinal walls coated with putrefied food, because oil is man-made and cholesterol is actually treated by your body like a foreign substance. It does not know what to do with it and usually just stores it somewhere, clogs a lot of stuff up, and the dietary acid load needed to eat stuff like cholesterol-based items can be enough to dissolve important organs, veins over time. Antibiotics in foods is a huge problem, such as in animal products. They could easily be responsible for intestinal wall-related damage like autoimmunity, which includes allergies, ADHD, autism, and more. Could simply be that we have holes enough in the lining for bacteria to get out, and that damage is caused over time by chemicals and antibiotics in foods. 80% of the antibiotics made by the United States is going into animal agriculture because it takes so much to grow animals instead of plants. They get so crowded and so mistreated, they have to be on antibiotics, and it's just kind of a downhill from there. Like we said, biodiversity is very important for your gut bacteria, and eating healthy can improve your microbiome in just 1 to 2 days. Studies show that fasting can also improve your microbiome, and I'm going to be covering fasting very soon for you guys as I learn how to do it myself. Now, your gut is also the gateway to your bloodstream. The way that your bacteria absorb nutrients is by picking them up and taking them anywhere in your bloodstream. So leaky gut, what we mentioned, it occurs when there's damage to the lining of the intestinal tract, making it more permeable to substances that should not pass into the body. So once these bacteria get out, you don't know if good bacteria is getting out, bad bacteria is getting out, and it's all going places it's not supposed to be. So this delicate lining is very important. Gut flora also controls the development of your immune cells and the intestinal lining and Treg suppression, which normally prevents autoimmunity, aka also allergies. So the cure for autoimmune disease or allergies is simply repair of that digestive lining and replenishment of gut flora and redevelopment of immune suppression and immune tolerance. Now, dairy probiotics only help temporarily as they contain antibiotics, but plant-based probiotics or fermented foods are the best thing you could possibly do for your gut, no matter what else you're eating, even if you're working on excluding antibiotics from your diet or excluding animal products or getting to where you can afford antibiotic-free animal products. These probiotics could help you get there in a very healthy fashion. So we're going to talk probiotics and prebiotics. They're both a thing, and you do need them both. Now, probiotics is any fermented foods or drinks. They're full of beneficial bacteria, which naturally promotes gut bacteria biodiversity. As you see on the bottom, kimchi is one of my favorites, and it is the strongest probiotic that you can possibly get. I get a really nice mild kimchi that even my kids like to eat from Meijer's. I think the brand is called Sun Yun, and They even have a hot one, and it is fermented cabbage, which sounds kind of gross, but it gets fermented and it gets soft, and it's kind of just tastes like spicy lettuce. It's a really nice side. So prebiotics are bits of indigestible food, typically carbs, that induce the growth or activity of beneficial microorganisms. And I will go ahead and leave a list of prebiotics, but you can Google those anywhere. Pinterest is a nice place to find infographics on stuff like this. Just type in prebiotics in Pinterest and you'll find a whole poster you can save for when you go shopping. You're probably eating a lot of prebiotics already. It's just about eating plant foods and staying alkaline. Your body's optimally alkaline. Like I said, that dietary acid load from having to eat things like cholesterol is more of a problem than acidic foods. But these will keep your gut garden flourishing. So how do you protect your microbiome? On the avoid side is all of the things that can harm your gut bacteria, even going as far to kill them all off or causing holes in that delicate lining of your intestines. So things like antibiotics, and I found this interesting. One of the first things I did was look up what antibiotic and probiotic mean. There should be a kind of a literal translation, and that can tell you a lot about a topic you're about to research. So when you look up antibiotics, literally stands for anti-life bacteria. And when you look up probiotics, it literally translates to pro-life bacteria. And that was all I needed to know to not eat antibiotics. Not to mention, there are tons of natural antibiotics, which I would love to cover for you guys. But let's talk about what to avoid. Stress can harm your gut bacteria, surprisingly, along with things like steroids, pollution, poor diet, infections, birth control, pharmaceuticals, antibacterial or antimicrobial soaps. Hand sanitizer is a big no. And I will link a specific article on hand sanitizer and disinfectants in the link below. They're especially dangerous for children. Now, salt flushes is another thing that can be popular that can kill off your gut bacteria, along with mouthwash, radiation, chemicals, and alcohol. All of the things on the other side are extremely great for you and your gut bacteria. So water fasting is awesome. Eating plants, staying alkaline, taking care of yourself, eating your probiotics, all awesome for these guys. Look at that. They are so happy. I'm so glad I found that picture. I hope you guys enjoyed this intro to the bacteria that pretty much are you. Without them, we're just a bunch of human cells. So, thank you for joining me. I can't wait to talk more spirituality, science, and innovation with you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Ask questions in the description, in the comments. I'm sorry.